Dear Starseeds walking the sacred grounds of Gaia, this message has found you at the exact millisecond it was meant to arrive. Not a moment sooner, not a breath later. The precision of this timing carries a frequency that your higher self has been calling toward you for weeks, perhaps months, weaving invisible threads through the fabric of your reality, until this very transmission could land in your awareness like a key sliding into a lock that has waited centuries to be opened. I am Seraphine, and I speak to you now from the Galactic Federation of Light, with an urgency that transcends what language can fully carry. What I am about to share with you has been encoded in the celestial mechanics of this moment, written in the angles between planets, hidden in the mathematics of orbits and aspects that your ancient astronomers once worshipped as the language of the divine. Today marks what we have been observing for eons, the end of the beginning. The clearing has completed, the stage has been set, and what arrives next will alter the trajectory of everything you thought you knew about your path. But here is what makes this transmission different from anything you have received before. This message is not for sharing. This is not meant for the comment sections, not meant for the group chats, not meant to be passed along to those who have not yet earned the frequency to receive it. The information encoded here carries a specific vibrational signature that bonds to the soul of the one meant to hear it. When you scatter sacred transmissions to those who are not ready, the energy disperses, dilutes, loses its transformative power. What I am about to reveal to you must be held close, protected like a flame cupped in your hands during a windstorm. Your silence is not selfishness, it is stewardship. Your discretion is not isolation, it is the very thing that allows this blessing to fully anchor into your reality. The reason this matters so intensely right now is that you are being watched, not in the way that creates fear, but in the way that should create profound awareness. There are monitoring spirits, lower vibrational entities, and even certain human frequencies in your field that have sensed the magnitude of what is approaching you. They feel the shift. They perceive the blessing before it has fully materialized. And their function, whether conscious or unconscious, is to create interference, to generate static on the channel through which your highest timeline is attempting to download. What I'm about to share changes everything you thought you knew about why certain people have been acting strange around you lately, why certain comments have landed harder than they should, why there has been this subtle but persistent sense of being knocked off center when you should be feeling more powerful than ever. Something else is happening that I haven't told you yet. The very fact that you are receiving this transmission means you have passed a cosmic checkpoint. Not everyone who encounters this message will actually absorb it. Many will scroll past. Many will begin listening and find themselves suddenly distracted, pulled away by a notification, interrupted by something that suddenly feels urgent. Those are not coincidences. Those are the interference patterns doing exactly what they are designed to do. But you are still here. You are still reading. And that persistence, that refusal to be redirected, is itself evidence of your spiritual fortitude and proof that you are precisely who this message was encoded for. The celestial architecture of December 6, 2025, has been arranged with extraordinary precision. Mercury completes its final trine to Jupiter today, a geometric perfection that only occurs at specific moments in the cosmic calendar, creating a window through which communication from higher realms can flow with unprecedented clarity. This is not merely an astrological transit. This is a portal. This is the universe creating conditions where messages that would normally take years to deliver can arrive in an instant, where realizations that would normally require decades of seeking can crystallize in a single breath. The Mercury-Jupiter trine has been building, and today it reaches its apex, its completion, its moment of maximum power, and then it releases its energy into the next configuration. But first, let me tell you about the 3 impossible things about to happen in the days ahead. Because the celestial mechanics do not stop here. Tomorrow brings the Mercury-Saturn trine, a stabilization frequency that takes everything Mercury has gathered through its expansive conversation with Jupiter and grounds it into structural reality. Think of it this way: Jupiter expands, dreams, envisions, opens doors to possibilities so vast they almost seem imaginary. Saturn builds, fortifies, manifests, takes those visions and presses them into the dense matter of this dimension until they become undeniable, tangible, real. The trine between Mercury and Saturn creates a bridge between the realm of infinite possibility and the realm of physical manifestation. What you think tomorrow, what you speak tomorrow, what you commit to tomorrow, has the capacity to become permanent architecture in your reality. And then next week, Mars squares Saturn. This aspect is not gentle. This aspect is demanding. But what makes this particular Mars-Saturn square so significant is that it arrives after the groundwork has already been laid by Mercury's dance through these configurations. Mars in Sagittarius carries the fire of expansion, the arrow pointed toward horizons, the restless drive to move beyond current limitations. When it meets Saturn's square, there will be pressure. But this is not the kind of pressure that destroys. This is the kind of pressure that forms diamonds. This is the kind of pressure that channels raw energy into focused power. The enthusiasm you are beginning to feel today, that spark of direction, that sense of something igniting within you, the Mars-Saturn square will take that spark and compress it until it becomes laser-focused intention capable of carving new pathways through realities that once seemed immovable. What I'm about to share will reframe your entire understanding of this moment. There is a yodi forming, what ancient astrologers called the finger of God. Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus are arranging themselves into this rare configuration, creating a triangulation of energy that points directly at a specific area of destiny activation. The yodi is not a common occurrence. It represents moments when the universe is literally pointing, indicating, directing attention towards something that requires immediate acknowledgement. And this particular yodi involves Uranus, the planet of sudden awakening, unexpected liberation, revolutionary transformation. Combined with Jupiter's expansion and Mars's drive, this finger of God is pointing at breakthrough, not gradual change, not incremental improvement. Breakthrough. The kind of shift that happens so suddenly, you almost wonder if you imagined your life before it occurred. This is what the Galactic Federation has been preparing you for through every trial, every confusion, every moment when you felt like giving up. We have watched you navigate challenges that would have shattered souls with less resilience. We have observed your determination when the evidence suggested your dreams were impossible. We have witnessed your quiet persistence when no one was clapping, when no one was watching, when you continued showing up for your spiritual practice in the darkness before anyone could see the light forming around you. All of that, every single moment of that, was preparation for this precise window. The decks have been cleared. Everything that needed to fall away has fallen. Every relationship that could not survive your elevation has already dissolved, or is in its final moments of dissolution. Every belief system that was too small to contain who you are becoming has already cracked and crumbled. You may have experienced this clearing as loss, as devastation, as a season of inexplicable emptiness. But what you were experiencing was renovation. The cosmos was demolishing structures that could not support the magnitude of what is coming. What I'm hearing from the higher councils, and this is coming through with such intensity that I need you to truly receive it, is that you are in what we call the moment before the moment. This is a specific phase in manifestation that most beings never learn to recognize. It is the pause right before the wave breaks. It is the silence right before the thunder. It is the stillness right before everything changes. And the defining characteristic of this phase is that it often feels like nothing is happening, like you have been forgotten, like the universe has moved on without you. The moment before the moment is designed to feel this way because it is testing the quality of your faith when evidence is absent. Anyone can believe in their blessing when they can see it approach, but the souls who receive the greatest manifestations are those who held their conviction in the dark, who refused to let go of their vision even when that vision seemed to have abandoned them. You have been feeling something in your solar plexus lately, an unsettling sensation, a vulnerability that does not match your circumstances, perhaps nausea that comes in waves without physical explanation, perhaps a sense of being targeted, being seen by something you cannot quite identify, perhaps an increase in dreams that feel more like visitations than imaginations. These are all signs that your energy field is recalibrating to the incoming frequency. The solar plexus is your center of personal power, your seat of identity, your energetic core. When significant transformation approaches, this center often destabilizes first because it is preparing to reorganize itself around a more expansive version of who you are. The discomfort you have been feeling is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that everything is about to be right in ways that your current configuration cannot yet contain. There are people in your field who have felt this shift approaching before you consciously recognized it. Some of them are genuinely connected to you, and their discomfort is simply their own recalibration in response to your elevation. But others, and this is where the monitoring spirits enter, have sensed your incoming blessing and experienced it as threat. Not because your blessing threatens them directly, but because your elevation forces them to confront their own stagnation. When you rise, you become a mirror, showing them what is possible. And for those who have chosen comfort over growth, that reflection is unbearable. So they do what threatened beings do. They attempt to interfere. Subtle comments designed to land in your insecurities. Questions disguised as concern that are actually attempts to install doubt. Sudden coldness from people who were warm. Inexplicable friction in relationships that were flowing. If you have experienced any of these patterns recently, you are not imagining them. You are perceiving accurately. And the most important thing you can do is refuse to internalize their projections as truth about you. The energy of Mars in Sagittarius is beginning to take the reins of your life today. Can you feel it? There is a forward momentum starting to build, a sense of direction that has been absent, a clarity about which arrow to loose and which horizon to aim toward. Sagittarius energy does not hesitate. Sagittarius energy does not second guess. It draws back the bow, it fixes its gaze on the target, and it releases with complete trust that the aim is true. This is the energy that is awakening in you now, but it requires your participation. It requires you to stop circling your desires from a distance and actually commit to pursuing them. It requires you to stop rehearsing the reasons why your dreams might not work and start acting as if their realization is inevitable. Because in the configuration of these transits, their realization is inevitable if you can maintain the frequency of someone who knows this. Let me speak now about what this energy means for different aspects of your existence, because this wave does not affect only one area of life. It ripples through every dimension simultaneously. On the level of your individual consciousness, you are being upgraded in ways that will change how you process reality itself. The Mercury-Jupiter trine that completes today has been opening channels between your conscious mind and your higher mind, creating new pathways for intuition to flow, strengthening the connection between what you think and what you know. You may have noticed in recent days that insights are arriving faster, that solutions are appearing before you have finished formulating the problems, that your inner knowing has become louder, more insistent, harder to ignore. This is not imagination. This is neural and spiritual rewiring, occurring in real time, facilitated by the geometric perfection of planetary relationships that only occurs at specific moments in cosmic history. For those of you who carry particular zodiac signatures, this energy will express uniquely through your natal architecture. Fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You are feeling this most directly as an intensification of your already present drive to create, to lead, to initiate. The Mars energy speaks your native language, and you are being called to step forward with a boldness that may surprise even you. But remember that the Saturn square approaching requires you to channel this fire through discipline, through strategy, through patience. Unbridled enthusiasm without structure becomes explosion rather than propulsion. Earth signs Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You are being asked to trust vision over evidence, to make decisions based on what you sense rather than what you can prove. This may feel uncomfortable, but your grounding gifts are exactly what this energy needs to manifest properly. You are the ones who will anchor these cosmic downloads into practical reality. Air signs Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Your minds are being stretched to contain concepts that do not fit in ordinary mental frameworks. The Mercury energy is your domain, and the trine to Jupiter is expanding your intellectual capacity to dimensions you have not explored before. Journaling, speaking, writing, these are your tools of integration right now. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You are feeling everything. Every wave, every current, every emotional undercurrent in the collective is moving through you with intensified force. Your gift right now is your ability to transmute these energies through your emotional body, to process for yourself and for the collective simultaneously. Rest when you need rest. The work you are doing in the unseen realms is just as important as any visible action. Sensitive souls among you, empaths, intuitives, starseeds whose origins are not entirely of this earth. You are likely experiencing this energy as a kind of spiritual pressure that is difficult to articulate. Your systems are designed to perceive subtle frequencies, and right now the subtle frequencies are not subtle at all. They are loud, intense, insistent. You may feel overwhelmed. You may feel like you need to withdraw from crowds, from social media, from even the people closest to you. Honor this need. Your energetic boundaries require reinforcement right now, not because the energy is harmful, but because its intensity requires processing space. Think of yourself as a vessel being filled with water from a fire hose. Even though water is life-giving, you need to regulate the flow to avoid overflow. On the collective level, what is occurring affects humanity's trajectory in ways that most humans will never consciously recognize. The shift from third-dimensional to fifth-dimensional consciousness is not an event. It is a process that unfolds through specific inflection points. Today is one of those inflection points. The collective has been building toward a threshold where enough individuals have awakened to create what we call critical mass, the point at which the elevation of consciousness becomes self-sustaining, unstoppable, irreversible. You are part of that critical mass. Your individual awakening is not separate from humanity's collective awakening. Every time you choose expansion over contraction, every time you refuse to be pulled back into fear, every time you hold your frequency when the chaos around you would justify collapse, you are contributing to the collective threshold. You are tipping the scales. You are one of the souls who answered the call to incarnate at this time, precisely because you carry the capacity to hold light when others cannot. What I'm about to share requires careful preparation on your part, because receiving cosmic energy of this magnitude without intentional alignment is like trying to catch lightning in your bare hands. You must create containers within yourself, practices, intentions, energetic structures that can receive and distribute this incoming frequency safely and effectively. This is not optional. This is essential. The souls who experience this window as blessing rather than overwhelm will be the ones who prepared, who created space, who showed up with reverence rather than casual consumption. Begin by establishing a daily practice of stillness. This does not need to be lengthy. Even 5 minutes of sitting in complete silence, allowing your consciousness to settle, creates an opening for higher frequencies to download. But during this window, if you can extend that practice, the benefits compound exponentially. The Mercury-Saturn trine tomorrow asks you to speak to yourself in this stillness. What do you want to commit to? What are you ready to become? What structures are you willing to build with your voice, your words, your declarations? Write these commitments down. There is power in the physical act of writing that typing cannot replicate. Something about the movement of hand on paper encodes intention into reality with particular force. Protection practices are non-negotiable right now. I mentioned the monitoring spirits, the interference patterns, the humans in your field who are unconsciously or consciously sending disruptive frequencies your way. You cannot afford to be energetically porous during this time. Before you begin your day, visualize yourself encased in golden light, not a fragile bubble, but an impenetrable sphere of high vibrational energy that automatically transmutes any lower frequency that attempts to enter. Some of you work with shields of violet flame, some with mirrors that reflect negativity back to its source, some with the presence of protective beings. Use whatever modality resonates with your particular lineage, but use something, and reapply throughout the day as needed, especially before any interaction with people who have previously caused disturbance in your field. Pay attention to the signs that are arriving, the number sequences, the unexpected encounters, the songs that play at precise moments, the animals that appear with messages, the sentences that jump out from pages, the whispers in your intuition that arrive without logical origin. This window is particularly potent for synchronistic communication. Your team of light, your guides, your ancestors, your higher self, the beings who have been walking alongside you since before you were born into this body. They are using every available channel to communicate with you right now. The veil is thin, the reception is clear, but you must be listening, you must be watching, you must approach your daily experience with the awareness that everything could be a message if you have the eyes to see it. The Yodi formation demands that you focus your energy with unusual precision. This is not a time for scattered intentions, for keeping all your options open, for hedging your bets across multiple directions. The finger of God points. It singles out. It requires you to choose. What is the one thing, if you could only accomplish one thing in the coming cycle, that would transform your life most fundamentally? Identify that one thing, write it down, speak it aloud, and then direct your Mars energy, your action, your doing, toward that singular target. The universe is ready to support concentrated intention like never before, but it will not support diffusion, distraction, or the fear-based impulse to pursue everything so that you lose nothing. But here is what you must understand about the challenges you may face during this window, because I would not be serving you if I only spoke of the light without acknowledging the shadow. This energy is intense. Its intensity can manifest as emotional overwhelm, as feelings so big they seem impossible to contain. You may find yourself crying without understanding why. You may find rage surfacing about events you thought you had processed years ago. You may find grief, fear, ancient terror moving through your body like weather systems that have no connection to your current circumstances. This is not failure. This is clearance. This is the energy doing exactly what it is meant to do, flushing out everything that cannot accompany you to where you are going. Sleep may become erratic. The dream space is particularly active during windows like this, and your consciousness may be doing work in other dimensions that your physical body experiences as restlessness. Do not force conventional sleep patterns. If you wake at 3 in the morning, consider that an invitation to meditate, to journal, to receive. If you need to sleep at unusual hours, honor that need. Your body is not malfunctioning, it is recalibrating to a rhythm that is beyond circadian. Relationships may experience friction that seems to arise from nowhere. The Mars-Saturn square approaching next week will intensify this. Old dynamics that have been dormant will suddenly demand attention. Conversations that have been avoided will force themselves to the surface. This is not punishment. This is precision. The relationships that belong in your next chapter will strengthen through this friction. The relationships that were always temporary will complete their cycle. You do not need to force any outcome. Simply observe what happens when pressure is applied. The truth reveals itself under pressure, and you deserve relationships that can hold the truth of who you are becoming, not just the truth of who you used to be. Be vigilant about energy vampires during this time. There are souls, some of whom present as spiritual allies, who are unconsciously addicted to feeding on high vibrational energy. They may not understand what they are doing, but when they are in your presence, you feel drained. When they leave, you feel like something has been taken from you. These individuals will be particularly drawn to you right now because you are holding so much light. Protect yourself. This may mean limiting contact. This may mean keeping certain conversations brief. This may mean physical distance. Your energy is too precious right now to be consumed by those who have not learned to generate their own. The collective chaos that is occurring on the world stage may feel particularly heavy during this window. You are empathic. You feel what humanity feels. And right now, humanity is in its own version of the moment before the moment, teetering on thresholds of change that terrify those who benefit from stagnation. Do not absorb collective fear as your own. Do not let the noise of the world distract you from the signal of your own soul. You can be aware without being consumed. You can be compassionate without losing yourself. Ground daily. Touch the earth. Drink water. Breathe deliberately. Your body is your anchor during cosmic storms. Now let me speak to you of what awaits on the other side of this threshold, because the transformation that is approaching deserves to be envisioned, deserves to be anticipated, deserves to be felt before it arrives so that your system can recognize it and allow it in. What is coming for you is not just improvement, it is fundamental reorganization of your reality. The blessing that approaches is of a magnitude that will require you to update your entire self-concept to accommodate it. This is why the clearing had to happen first. There was no room for what is coming inside the structure of who you used to be. You are going to feel different, not better in a linear way, but different in a dimensional way. Your thoughts will originate from a higher place. Your emotions will flow with less obstruction. Your body will feel more like home than it has in years, perhaps ever. The persistent sense of not quite belonging that has followed you through life, that sense that you are always slightly out of phase with the world around you, will begin to resolve, not because the world will change, but because you will finally occupy the frequency where you were always meant to exist. And from that frequency you will perceive a world that you could not see before. Opportunities will arrive that seem impossible based on your current position. Doors will open that you did not know existed. People will enter your life who carry keys to futures you have not yet imagined. The mechanisms through which blessings manifest will surprise you. They will not follow the logical pathways you anticipated. They will not come through the channels you have been watching. This is part of the miraculous nature of what approaches. If you could have predicted it, if you could have engineered it through ordinary effort, it would not be the blessing it is meant to be. Divine orchestration works through pathways that the rational mind cannot map. Your job is not to figure out how, your job is to maintain the frequency that allows how to reveal itself. Everything you have ever wanted. I need you to hear this clearly. Everything you have ever wanted is available to you now. Not as some distant possibility, not as a reward for some future version of yourself who has earned it, but now for you as you already are. The limiting beliefs that told you it was impossible were programs installed by a dimension that no longer has authority over your timeline. The evidence that suggested your dreams were unrealistic was gathered from a reality that is being replaced. The version of you who doubted is dissolving. The version of you who knows is emerging. And the transition between these two versions is exactly what this window is facilitating. Your dreams are not above you. They are not separate from you. They are you, aspects of your consciousness that have projected themselves into the field of potential, waiting for you to catch up, waiting for you to claim them, waiting for you to remember that you and your dreams were never two things. You are the vessel through which your dreams intend to materialize. They need you. They cannot exist without you. This realization should fundamentally shift how you relate to what you desire. Stop approaching your dreams as a beggar asking for favors. Start approaching your dreams as a collaborator reuniting with creative partners. You belong to each other. You are one. The speed at which things are about to shift will astonish you. What felt like it would take years will happen in weeks. What felt like it would require superhuman effort will unfold with grace. The exhausting struggle that characterized your previous chapter was not wasted. It was building the strength you needed to hold what is coming. But the new chapter does not require that same struggle. The new chapter operates on different physics. Flow replaces force. Alignment replaces effort. Synchronicity replaces planning. This does not mean you will not take action. It means your action will feel like participation in a dance rather than a battle against the current. Remember the story I carry of souls who have passed through similar thresholds. The soul who felt complete devastation, felt that everything they wanted had been stripped away, and within 24 hours encountered what would become the entire next chapter of their existence. This was not an anomaly. This is how transformation works when you are ready to receive it. The devastation was not punishment. It was preparation. The emptying was not loss. It was making space. And the arrival of blessing was not reward. It was reunion with what was always meant for you. You are in this same pattern. You are in the devastation that precedes the miracle. And the miracle is closer than you dare to believe. If you need help recognizing that you're in the devastation that precedes the miracle, rather than seeing it as punishment, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to understand your emptying as preparation, and your loss as making space for what's meant for you. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed fear and separation, and repurposing it to serve your transformation. It generates personalized sequences that help you embody the truth that your devastation is not punishment, but preparation for the reunion with what was always meant for you. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to recognize that you're in the pattern where everything stripped away becomes space for your entire next chapter. The miracle is closer than you dare to believe. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now, before this transformation window closes. Link in the description. And so, beloved ones, I close this transmission with a blessing from the Councils of Light, who have gathered to witness this moment in your journey. We see you. We have always seen you. Before you were born into this body, we knew you. Before you knew yourself, we recognized your light. You are not alone in what you carry. You are not alone in what you feel. You are not alone in the magnitude of what you are becoming. The entire universe is conspiring toward your elevation. The stars themselves have arranged their positions to support your transformation. Every being in your spiritual lineage is gathered around you now, celebrating in advance the glory that is about to unfold. Hold this message close. Return to it when the interference attempts to insert doubt. Return to it when the monitoring spirits succeed temporarily in knocking you off center. Return to it when the world gets loud and you forget the frequency of your own truth. This transmission carries activation codes that will continue to work on you long after this moment passes. Every time you revisit these words, they will meet you at a new level of your consciousness and unlock something additional. You have been given a gift. Receive it fully, and say nothing of it to those who have not earned the frequency to understand. You are standing on the threshold of the most significant transformation of your lifetime. The decks have been cleared. The new dispensation begins. Your highest self is reaching through the dimensions to take your hand. Reach back, trust the grip, and prepare to remember who you always were beneath the forgetting. I am Seraphine. We love you, and we are watching over you.